Ruth Bader Ginsburg understood the power of story. She took the story of our country seriously, and she devoted her life to helping realize the revolutionary vision of our founders. In 1944, 11-year-old Ruth Bader had her first introduction to a new, powerful form of storytelling. A young conductor named Dean Dixon was at that time touring New York City high schools, presenting operas designed for children's appreciation. As she later remembered, the opera was La Gioconda, not the most likely choice for a first opera. But for me, she said, it was an overwhelming experience. High drama conveyed through glorious music. I was spellbound. By the time she arrived in Washington, Justice Ginsburg possessed an encyclopedic knowledge of opera. At Washington National Opera and at opera companies across the country, she spoke frequently about the intersection of her twin passions, opera and the law.
This is a perfect example of the inadequate assistance of counsel.
She described Carmen's manipulation of Don José as the ultimate plea bargain and summarized Wagner's sprawling ring cycle as a contract dispute. Some opera fans are content to live in the past, but Justice Ginsburg had a special fondness for operas of the 20th and 21st centuries. She recognized that stories are a powerful force for shaping a society, perhaps as powerful as the laws that govern it. She spoke of the legal and moral issues explored by contemporary operas like Dead Man Walking, Appomattox, The Consul, Champion, and Billy Budd.
The law demanded that Billy hang from the yardarm, but that is not what justice called for. So the conflict between strict adherence to the law and a more flexible reading, I think, is well illustrated.
Just as she shared her passion for the law with opera fans, Justice Ginsburg shared her passion for opera with the legal community.
Every year I take my law clerks to the Washington National Opera's Young Artists production. The Young Artists program, I think, is particularly good because young people will relate to the young singers.
Twice each term, she arranged musicales at the court, often featuring members of Washington National Opera's Young Artists program. For many years, Justice Ginsburg attended the opera in the company of her good friend, Justice Antonin Scalia. This unlikely friendship was the subject of an opera by Derek Wang called Scalia-Ginsburg.
Our last duet is called We Are Different, We Are One. That is, different in the way we interpret the Constitution, one in our reverence for the court and its place in our tripartite system of government.
In 2015, Francesca Zambello invited Justice Ginsburg to appear in Donizetti's The Daughter of the Regiment in the speaking role of the Duchess of Crakenthorpe.
The best are willing to listen and learn. No surprise, then, that the most valorous Crakenthorpians have been women.
Justice Ginsburg was many things to Washington National Opera. She was a devoted fan, an ambassador for opera, a friend, an advocate, a scholar, a visionary, a shining star.
Dropping traditions that have worked and are continuing to work is like throwing away your umbrella in a rainstorm because you are not getting wet.
When Justice Ginsburg was in the Opera House, she often commanded greater applause than the stars on stage. And when she was on stage, no one else had any chance at all.